Hey everybody, this is Intuitive Anthony doing another social media video. This video, guys, I'm going to be talking about harnessing the power of your intuition. Hey everybody, this is Intuitive Anthony doing another social media video. This video I'm going to be talking to my chosen ones. I always talk to my chosen ones. Us empaths, light workers, who are in these families or in this world to raise the vibration, to bring people an understanding of little things that they may not even understand that's going on in their family, neighborhoods, groups, and stuff like that. People they grew up around. It seems to be that everybody in the neighborhood seems to be stuck on level one. Nobody ever seems to get to level two. It's just generation and generation after generation doing the same stuff. Nobody getting any better. That's why you'll wonder why celebrities get real big or they make a lot of money and they get the hell out of Dodge. Yeah. Because you got something big to do. And a lot of people, just because they don't want nothing for themselves, that means they don't want nothing for you either. So I make these videos for those purposes right there. But harnessing the power of your intuition. Because as you know, before we begin, if you want to donate to the channel, guys, the Cash App information is down below. $ Anthony Young, capital A, capital Y, 1978. Okay, now that I got that said, we can get into this video. My name on YouTube, online, on social media is Intuitive Anthony. Intuition is very, very, very big. Very important. Like, it's your super ability. It's a super ability. Good God, it's early in the morning. I can't barely talk. It's your super ability. Like, mine is crucial. It gives you a very good understanding of who's who and what's what. And see, for a while, until you really learn your intuition, it's going to kind of feel like you ain't going to be able to explain how you know what you know. But see, that's the thing you got to make sure you understand. You don't have to explain yourself to nobody. If they don't understand you, the hell with them. They either support you or they don't. And some people will use that as a reason why they shouldn't support you, but let them have that. Let them have it. If that's what they need, because they already feel some type of way about you. So they're just looking for a reason to justify it. Let them have it. First one. Meditate. This is crucial, y'all. Meditate, like, okay, that may come across a little wrong because I'm not into all that new age and tarot cards and all that foolishness. I do not get down like that. So some of these words do sound a little witchy poo. You know what I mean? But meditate just means to sit back and just clear your mind. You know what I mean? If you got a lot of stresses or things at a house that got to be taken care of, things with your kids that got to be done, appointments, scheduling conflicts, things of that nature, other family issues and stuff like that, meditate basically, clear your mind. Dump all of that. Leave that at the foot of God. Clear your mind. And just be within your energy, within yourself. Anytime your mind wants to start wandering and stressing out, redirect your mind back to where it needs to be. You take possession over it. Don't allow it to possess you. See, this kind of self-control and things of that nature is very, very important. It's very important. Because then you won't get so overwhelmed. And this is a skill you're going to have. And the better you are with it, the easier your life will be. So meditate. Learn how to clear your mind and take possession and be in the moment without letting the moment overtake you. You know what I mean? So whether you have to just think about pure nothingness for 5 minutes or just sit outside on the porch and do the same thing. Or on your couch, it really don't matter. Just make that time to do that. It's going to be very hard at first because your mind's constantly going to be wandering and racing. Because this is a skill that it's like any skill. It's like lifting weights. You get better with it over time. You get better with it over time. But you have to work those mental muscles. You have to work those mental muscles. It's a workout nonetheless. It's just uphill. See, people can see the muscles you get right here. You know what I'm saying? They can see that. But the thing is, the thing that pisses narcissists off most about chosen ones and empaths, a person can see what you're carrying as far as muscles and things of that nature. This is what they want. They want your mind. And the stronger you are with it, you will be beating their ass back. Yeah, this is where the war is. This is where the war is. A lot of people get preoccupied with the material, with things that's going on in the physical world and all of that war. This is where it's at. This is ground zero right here. This is where they want. Number 2, take a chance and follow your gut. Because I remember, like, a lot growing up. You didn't really want to, you knew there was something telling you that you shouldn't go this way or that you shouldn't do this. And the bad part is that when you're younger, you have no impulse control. So sometimes you get caught up in what you should be doing or what you want to do. Like that intuition, that gut, it's if it gives you 2 choices out of something you really want to do, and that impulse and that intuition telling you something else, trust me, the one that's going to be probably the least fun to do is the intuition. It is. Because you're going to want what you want. You're going to want to do it instantly. But that intuition, that gut, is going to tell you something else. And it may be the long way around the situation. It may be the long, slow, steady way. And you people want things instantly. They want those instantaneous results. But this way, you're going to have to learn to let that intuition win. Let that intuition win. It may be the long way around, but when you're traveling, sometimes the long way around is the more scenic route, right? We're not in a race in life. We're not rushing. This is a marathon. This takes time. And with all the attacks that you have been going through as a chosen one, you need to learn how to play the long game. That is going to be crucial. You need to learn how to play the long game. Okay. But you're going to need to trust that gut. You're going to need to trust that gut. And what it's telling you to do may be the long way around. It may not be as satisfying as the way you want to do it instantaneously. It may be less satisfying. But the long-term results will be way more effective in your life and what you're trying to get done if you listen to that gut. Number 3, start doing body scans. Some people, I know older people do this a lot. They go to the park. And they watch people. Just watching how people move. Because see, human beings are fantastic creatures. And to be quite honest, narcissists are fantastic beasts. Yeah, they're beasts. Always been fascinated. Because see, people can say all kind of good stuff. And a lot of them do. And narcissists are jive turkeys to the end. Everything they say out of their mouth is 100% bull. It's 100% bull. They're working on another angle, another game, because that's the way their mind works. Body scans and reading people, you don't really say anything. You just sit there and watch. Because people say all kind of hot shit. It's what they do. That's where the key is. That's where the most integral part of it is, of a person. It's what they do. Never mind what they say. Because some people use words as a misdirection. They use it as a misdirection while they're going this way right here. That's what they do. So, watching people will give you an understanding of human nature. Because actions speak louder than words, honey. Actions speak louder than words. And the stuff you are going to see may not all make sense right then and there. But the more you do this, just like meditating and all of these other things that I'll be listing in this video, all of these little things, are going to make you wise beyond your years. That's wisdom. Narcissists don't have wisdom. The only thing they have is the here and now. They have no wisdom. They may have knowledge, but wisdom is being able to implement it in one's life. That gives you wisdom. Wisdom is what you want, the information, the knowledge you want from the Bible. That's what you want. You want wisdom. Faustian, his bargain with the devil was for knowledge. So he got all of this knowledge, but he couldn't implement it. He couldn't use any of it because he became a celebrity because of his knowledge. So by the time the devil came to claim his soul, he hadn't done anything with it. Which seems that's a pretty pointless gift to get, especially when you exchange your soul for it. Dr. Faustus, it's a play. But wisdom is what you want. And sitting back and doing body scans, meditating when you need to. Trusting your gut when your gut tells you something ain't right here. That could save your life. You know how many people's lives have been saved? And that small voice, that's your spirit team working with you. It could be the angel sending you messages. It could be the Holy Spirit. But whatever that intuition is telling you to do, it's going to be the long way around. And it's not going to be satisfying to the flesh. But to the spirit, it's going to be very, very satisfying. And you just continue to follow it. You may not see what is actually 4 moves ahead on the board. But when it comes, you're going to know exactly at what road or at what point did you trust your intuition and that was exactly what you were supposed to do. That's how you know. The next one, number 4. Spend some time outside. Connect to nature. Connect to nature. Because see, this is paramount. Because see, on this journey, as I started like closing doors and chapters in my life and finishing off certain chapters in the book, like as far as my life goes, my life is a massive epic book. And certain chapters I finished off. But one of the things that was really, really key is getting out there and getting in nature. Because sometimes when you done got rid of a whole bunch of problems. You done got rid of a bunch of situations and energies and people that you just don't want to deal with no more. They have nothing for you. It's not fruitful. It's not producing anything. So, once you get rid of that, by going outside and connecting in nature, it gives you time to realign yourself. I mean, because we come from the earth. We were shaped and formed from this dirt. There's something to be said for going back and reconnecting. And reconnecting to that soil. It helps you get your mind together. Your mind, your body, and your spirit all as one. Now your mind's in a clear place. Because if you're not meditating or trusting your gut, you're doing what you got to do. But at the same time, your mind is having an opportunity to get all them ducks in a row, to get all those files organized, so that as you function from this point forward with all of these tips and things that you're doing to power your intuition, you getting more and more savvy. You getting quicker with it. You getting quicker. You moving like this. And to other people, they may not notice it for a while, but eventually they gonna see the way your mind moves. And they're going to be really, really intrigued. But you already got these people cut off and at a distance. So they're going to have to watch from the nosebleeds. But hey, that's how it is. But they will notice the mental change. Over time, they're going to be like, they're moving different. Something ain't quite the same with them. It's going to pique their interest. And if you're making content and getting messages out there to people, there are going to be people who will go on and learn this. Because your life is going to take a turn for the better. You're going to find more peace, more happiness. And narcissists do not want you to have peace. They want to take your peace at all costs. Nothing but craziness and foolishness all the time. But connecting to nature is going to realign everything. And give you a chance to reconnect. And you'd be surprised how good you feel. Like, I would go out there with my puppies and sit out in the yard. And we would all just sit there and soak up the sun rays. That does wonders. Wonders. It could realign your whole mood. Like if you're in a crabby mood and you kind of stressed out and stuff like that, doing that will actually take that pot and take that boiling water and simmer that shit down some. It really will. It'll simmer it down some. And you'll be able to better release the stress that comes with life. That's always a good tool to have. Do a technology fast. Cut off them phones. Some days I won't make a video. I won't make any content. Unplug completely. Technology fast. Where you just kind of, because a lot of times you scanning and watching so many TikTok videos and all of this other stuff. And me, a lot of chosen ones, we love information. We love information. We may not be able to use all that information, but eventually, like I would always say, my thing was, I collect coins. Like Mario Brothers, I collect coins. So when I talk to people, if they got something to say, and I'm like, ooh, that sounds very, okay, that's a gold coin. I just got a gold coin from that person. So I'm going to put that in my bag, because that kind of information later on can be used to make your life better. You know when somebody just talking and shooting the shit and ain't saying nothing. And you know when somebody giving you some information like, listen up, there's a message in here. That. But a lot of times you go through the hustle and bustle of life that you really don't realize. If you stop for a second, you'd be surprised how you would feel less overwhelmed. You would feel less overwhelmed because you could sit back and start making sense of all this information that you collected from all of these different people you talking to in your life with these different situations. You could actually sit back and actually make sense of it, put things where they need to go. And the more organized you are up here mentally, the better you'll be able to function in this world. Because this is the hub of operations right here. This is the hub of operations. So by all means, protect this with everything you got. And make time for yourself when you need to, especially with these tips right here, because this is going to help. Trust me. But the technology fast, unplug sometime. Especially if, and you won't even realize exactly how annoyed and it gets on your nerves after a while. And once you do that little purge where you get rid of all that technology for just a little while, I mean, you may have to crawl before you can walk with this one, because technology is so embedded in our society that you may have to crawl before you can walk on this one. You might have to do it a little bit at a time and slowly build up your endurance, like with anything. Like this is a workout. This is an education. This is physical therapy. This is mental therapy. This right here is going to make you a beast out there in these streets. And we could all use a little more beast, can't we? Ask your intuition a question. Number 6, ask your intuition a question. And say there's something that you've been thinking about in your past, or situations, or people. And maybe it's the intentions of a certain person. Are they really on my team and this, that, and the other? Ask your intuition these questions internally. Just ask them. And every now and then go back and mull over that point. Ask yourself a particular question. Go through your day, do whatever you do. Stop again. Take another moment. Ask yourself that question again. You may not get the answer right then, but keep going back and asking that same question. And then when your intuition starts to speak up, you're going to hear it. You're going to be like, okay, now I know who you are. That's your good friend right there. That's your buddy. That's your buddy. So the more you go and talk to your intuition about any particular question, the more you keep coming back to that same point. Eventually, that intuition is going to speak up, and when he speaks up, you're going to hear it. You're going to hear it. That's your buddy. That's your ace in the hole right there. That's your ace in the hole. You and that intuition become very good friends. Because that's coming from the spirit world. That's coming from God. That's coming from God. That's coming from God. And that's your best friend. You want to be close to them. What? See, this is about asking your intuition a question. See, because a lot of people who do not have, are not used to using their intuition, can't really tell if it's their thoughts or it becomes, they can't tell if it's their thought or if it's a thought from God, and they really are unfamiliar with that voice. You need to get extremely familiar with that voice because God speaks to you through that voice. And if you want to get back at somebody and this intuition voice is telling you not to go that route, that's God. That's God, because there are better ways to handle these situations. And all you might be doing is messing yourself up. So you need to listen to that voice. Number 7, journal. Write a journal. Because you may get your next $1 million idea through that journal. You could write about anything. If you have a question pops into your mind, or there's something that you might want to ask your intuition for an answer to something that you've been questioning, that you've been on the fence about, write all that stuff down. Write all of that down. Because that is going to be very, very key. Very key to making sense out of everything that's going on, that you've been through in the past, that you're currently going on, and where you want to be in the future. You can never be too prepared. You know what I mean? And see, this is the thing. People say so busy in life, they don't stop and get the information that's already within them. Because they so in a rush on everything. Hustle bustle all the time. And they're cheating themselves out of a very, very reliable source of information. Because a lot of the questions you have, mostly all of them you have in life, can be answered through the intuition. Or put you on the path to the answers you need. But you got to get familiar with that voice. And journaling, you get to begin to sort out what's in your subconscious mind, where you may want to see yourself being in the future. Learning, making your peace with situations from the past that need to be put to rest so that you can continue forward. All of this happens through journaling and all of these other things that I mentioned. The mind is a stew of a lot of different things. Once you start organizing and sorting through this, you're going to free up so much space you'll be able to function more productively. You'll be able to function more productively, which will in turn will make you better. And I don't know anybody who has a problem with getting better, except for maybe narcissists. But we're not like them, so of course, you know what I mean? But it makes good sense to be able to move more effectively in this world, especially with these kind of people out here. You can draw, doodle, or make an art journal. Sometimes just drawing. Because you'd be surprised how drawing shapes and stuff like that. Like me, my thing, because when I was in school, I did art all the time. Everybody knows that I was into art. And then I kept it up, and I still do portraits from time to time. But I don't draw like I used to. But I got my coloring books. You'd be surprised how something that simple, something that basic can be so effective, because it is. Because I don't know what it does, but it may activate a certain part of the brain that you really, really use. You may not see it through the repetition of the drawing, or as myself coloring. You may not see it, but it's there. It's very much there. It's very much there. It's actually very, very satisfying to the spirit too. And it also helps you relax from being restless, because you don't want that. Because if you mess this area up here, you're going to invite a whole lot of trouble into your life. Okay, guys, this is Intuitive Anthony. This is the video for harnessing the power of your intuition. Because as Intuitive Anthony, I use this. It really keeps the ship steady. You know what I mean? As far as in life. It keeps you on the right path. It helps you function and to keep your wits about you in this war out here. If you want to donate to the channel, guys, the Cash App information is down below. It's $ Anthony Young, capital A, capital Y, 1978. To everybody who supports the channel, thank you so much for being here, guys. I'm coming out with more content. It's going to be in my office now, so I'm back at it. But remember, if you like it, I love it. But these narcs out here cold-blooded, guys. Peace.